Lady here from JobProgress, and today we're going to be going over financials in the system. So let's start off by taking a look at forms and proposals. If you were to create a form proposal worksheet with all of your line items included, you do have the ability in JobProgress to click your action key, your three vertical dots, choose the Generate Invoice button, and go ahead and have that invoice with those same line items. So for those of you who like to have it itemized when you present that to your business owner or homeowner, whatever that may be, this would be your option on how you would create your invoice. Notice that we also have the Update Job Price option down here on the bottom. So once you create a worksheet and you apply a profit margin or markup, you figure out what your numbers are, at the click of a button, you can update that job price. So this way it reduces the human error. If we click on Financials on our bottom left-hand side, this is where we're going to be managing our financials. Some of my contractors like to do a progress or a partial invoice, however they want to break that down, instead of going ahead and sending it for our full amount, which is $9,622. If that was how I wish to create my invoice, very simply, I can hit my plus sign, create partial invoice, and let's say that I only want to do this for 25%. Enter in 0.25 as my quantity, or even just manually put in a rate. And notice that once I tab out, it does affect what that total amount is for this particular invoice. We can hit our create button, and now it's going to have that invoice created in the system. So if I hit view invoices in the top right corner, you'll see I have my original PDF invoice that I just created. From here, if we go back into our main financial section, I can click on my payment received, my little plus sign on the right-hand side, receive my payment, enter in my specific amount. Maybe they sent a check for $2,000. Click the link to invoice button, little blue button in the bottom left, and select the invoice that I want to make that payment on. So even if I were to just do it for $2,000, you see it lets me know what that pending amount is. Once I hit that save button, I'm now going to have the ability to send over a credit memo or a deposit, as well as if I click back in and view my invoice, that payment is going to be posted directly on that PDF. So right from here, I can see this information is accessible and it's easy to recognize. If I come back into financials, you'll notice that I can also click my eyeball under payment received. And now I have the ability to view it or even email it and send this over to my homeowner, which is just going to be my deposit receipt. In JobProgress, you can take advantage of the profit and loss analysis per job or even company-wide. So if you had your worksheet previously created, you could select your worksheet button, open up where it was created, select it, and have all those line items populate into your P&L. So this way I could see what my projected cost and profit is. Once I'm ready to make my additional invoice, I can come back to my plus sign under total job price, and you'll notice that it will automatically populate for the remainder. So if at this point in time I only wanted to do 50%, again, I can go in there and change the quantity. It's going to automatically update for me, and then hit that create button once I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's say that somewhere along the line we had to also create a change order, some additional plywood, whatever it may be, broke a window. We'll hit our plus sign under change order / other charges. And always keep in mind that you can edit these. So if this is a supplement or a change order or just a generic additional charge you want to throw in there, you have the ability to title it as you see fit. If you had separate divisions set up inside of your JobProgress account, you can click your pencil icon underneath your address, and now you can select who it was that's going to be paid. So this way, no matter where you are, your customer always sees you as your local contractor. Regardless if you have divisions in Chicago, New York, Texas, wherever they may be, you could choose your specific location, so this way it's apropos to the customer's needs. All these activities that we see in here can be entered into the system, so as I type something in, I have the ability to select it, and whatever rate amount that I have for it is going to automatically populate for me. Change my amount, and now I have my subtotal. If I were to create this without an invoice, I could always come back later on in the future and add it with an invoice. So this way, it would populate into either my QuickBooks Online or QuickBooks Desktop account, which we will be discussing in depth in a future video. Hit that Create with Invoice button, and And now you'll notice that these numbers are going to all populate into what my total amount owed is. So you have your total job price plus your change orders and other charges are going to reveal what your amount owed is based off of the applied payments. If I wanted to come in and pay off the rest of it, I can hit my little plus sign, choose which invoice or invoices I wanted to link to, and then enter in the amount. So let's say that this one's going to be for 400 and let's go ahead and make this. Apparently my math is off, so I apologize. Choose our payment type, cash, however we got it, hit that save button. And again, these received payments are going to reflect to the proper invoices. So now without having to play the guessing game on what payment was received to what invoice, all that information is tracked and managed directly inside of JobProgress. Once you attach those payments, you're going to see that your amount owed will continue to change. And we see here that we've only invoiced for $6,000, yet our total job price is for $9,600. So again, if we were to click our plus sign, we can have this create for the remainder amount, hit our create button, and we're good to go. In the event that we had a credit, we can go ahead and hit this credits down at the bottom. Perhaps it's going to be for $500, broken window, and I can actually select which invoice it's going to be a part of. So I'll do job invoice number 3, hit that save button, and now that $500 is going to be credited on that specific invoice that I just showed to have it credited with. So if I were to click view invoices in the top right and open up my most recently created invoice, you'll see that I have an applied credit. And now we have 4 different invoices here. But what if I want to see them all on one? Well, we're going to go over to cumulative invoice in the top right corner, hit our down facing arrow, and select our option to view. Once we hit that view button, it's going to open up that PDF where now we can see all of our different charges, our payments, and everything is broken down for us. So no longer do you have to play the guessing game of what was attached where. I have 5 different invoices that need to be sent over. No, you can do it all in one location. Customer, homeowner, whoever it may be, has it on one PDF instead of 4 different items that they would have to open up. Go back into our financials, and let's just go ahead and receive our last payment. Plus sign. I like to link to my invoice first. This way I have the information in front of me. So here we go. Let's start typing in here. So it's 671550. So 6715. And this is actually 16. Your payment type, whatever that may be. Again, PayPal, credit card, other. Maybe they Venmo'd it to us. Hit that save button. And now that's going to change our amount owed and zero us out because we've received all of our payments. At this point in time, you can come into your profit and loss analysis, maybe check off the also used actual quantity and cost, because now we're projecting that we're going to hit a certain margin, but after performing the work and doing the job, we realize that we didn't. So if I want to copy over these numbers, I can hit my 2 double squares inside of projected, and now they're all going to populate for me. If I hit my paperclip icon to the right of any of these line items, I can add an invoice number, a check number, or even go ahead and attach a file. So if I had a receipt maybe from my supplier or an invoice from a subcontractor, I have the ability to enter that information and link it directly with a line item. Perhaps we're adding in an additional materials, material cost, additional, and let's just do each. I'm going to skip over my projected, and I'm going to jump directly into my actual. So this way, now I have the ability to take a look and say, okay, we were projecting this, we actually hit this number, all the information I need is available for me, and I can even hit that print button to see it in a nice printer-friendly version. So at several clicks of a button, all the information you specifically need is available for you, even going so far as adding in your commissions. So in JobProgress, you can select commissions on the back end. So this way, instead of having to type something in or click your little calculator, let's say you automatically have a certain user set to 10%. Once you apply their name in the commissions, it's going to automatically fill out an amount for you, put in a description if you'd like, hit that save button, and now that's going to be included inside of your financials in JobProgress. If we go ahead and go to reports, you can take advantage of your accounts receivable report and find all the specific information that you need or you're looking for. All these boxes and columns are clickable, and the information listed below is going to change depending on what option you choose. Maybe we want to go ahead and select our aging, select our stage, our duration type. All the information that you would want to find based off of your parameters is available directly by clicking around or hitting your drop downs or entering in specific info. From here, of course, you can click on your job ID. It's going to open you up directly inside of that job, as well as view or email your invoice right from here. Your commissions are also all going to be listed out for you. So as you're entering in those commissions, for example, our test user, I can click my view button and pay for it directly through JobProgress. So now I know, okay, test user was paid his commission on the Mike Lowry job, and all that information is available for me as I need it when I need it. This has been a presentation on financials with JobProgress. If you have any specific questions, as always, please feel free to reach out, support@jobprogress.com, or give us a call directly, 844-562-7764, extension number 2. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.